Hello everyone, welcome to ST Model Cars. In this video, I would like to show you this 1/18 scale Land Rover Defender Classic 110. So this is the long wheelbase, the 110 wheelbase, and this is made by Century Dragon. Price point on this, I got this a few years ago. I believe I paid around $120 shipped from China to the US. As you can see, this is an almost full opening diecast. The rear door doesn't open, but both front doors, the back door, and the hood are all open. So let me close everything here. Just to note, the hood has this prop here, right? So you can lower the prop like in the real car, and then close the hood. Okay. All right, so this is the classic Defender 110 with everything closed. In my previous video, I showed you the new Land Rover Defender 110 that is made by Almost Real. And just to note, Almost Real also make this classic Defender as well. But I don't have the Almost Real version in my collection. Instead, I have this the Century Dragon version. And just for a fun comparison, so I'm gonna put the Defender Classic here on the right side of the camera, and then I'm gonna put the new Defender here. Just to put them side by side, so you can kind of see how the Defender evolves, right? So here it is, the Classic Defender and the new Defender. Obviously the new Defender is the modern interpretation of the Classic Defender. But they don't share anything other than a few styling cues, right? So Land Rover has decided to make the new Defender completely a modern SUV with unibody, right? No ladder frame chassis, unibody, four-wheel independent suspensions, versus a ladder frame car with solid axle front and back. So what do you think? Do you think Land Rover made the right decision by going full modern on the Defender, or should they keep it somewhat classic like the previous generation? If you have any thoughts that you want to share, let me know or let us know in the comment section below. But for this review, let's take a closer look at this Defender, Classic Defender by Century Dragon. Okay, looking at the front here, you have the round halogen light, right? And you have the pattern here on the glass that help diffuses the light. Okay, and you have the parking light here, and you have the turn signal. Okay, the front grills are perforated. You can see the cooling fan from from behind the grill there, right? And you have this black bumper here. Okay, and you have the big Defender lettering here on the front of the hood. Okay, and let's open the hood here. There's the prop here, like I showed earlier. So it's right here. I'll pick it up with my pointer so you can see where it is. Right there. So that's the prop here. So you can have the hood, support it there. But for this, I'm just gonna open it all the way up so you can see the engine bay. This is the 4-cylinder diesel engine, right? And this is a full engine detail. So this is not a just half engine. And you can see, you can see all the way through to the bottom, right? This is a full engine block. And it's really nicely done, I think. So you get the engine here, the 4-cylinder diesel engine, and you have the fan shroud here that took majority of the front part of the engine bay, right? You get the details here like the windshield washer tank, coolant. I think this is a power steering fluid, or maybe I don't know, not sure what that is, right? And you get the the brakes, the master cylinders. Brake fluid. This is a brake fluid. I apologize. Brake fluid, coolant reservoir. So I said that. I misspoke before. Okay. So yeah, pretty nice engine detail here. Okay. On the newer Classic Defender, this fence is the air fence here is no longer functioning, but they still have the the impression here, right? They still have the pattern. They left it here. On the older version of the Defender, this actually flips open and close, to circulate air to the cabin. And you have the wiper here, right, on the windshield. And if you look at the roof, there's no sunroof or anything like that. But you have the Alpine window here, which is the signature look of the Defender, of the classic Defender, and also the newer Defender. Okay, here's the side view of the Defender 110 by Century Dragon, right? So taking a look at the rear door, so the rear door, they don't open, but they made it, it's almost like it's actually made out of a different panel, and they just kind of pop it there, glue it, or however they do this, right? But, you know, either it's the different panel or the parting line is really deep, but it really does give you the impression or the look that the door is a separate panel, that it can be open. I'll be honest with you, when I get this car the first time, I was a little surprised that the rear door doesn't open, and I was trying to pry it, and I thought, how did I get this open? And then I realized that the rear door don't actually open. But at least they do it in such a way that it looks like they're a separate panels, right? So I don't complain too much, actually. As far as the shelf present, it's pretty good. The one downside with this model is, I'm trying to show you if you can see this, the rear door, somehow this panel is pretty much eaten by the paint rash. See this? You can see where my pointer is, and you can see all the paint rash. So I am going to try to rectify by using like a superfine sandpaper and then rubbing compound, and hopefully I can get rid of that paint rash and get the panel smooth again. And if I do, I will try to take a video, whether that's successful or not. At least you can see, a way to fix paint rashes. Again, hopefully that will work. Hopefully I can post a video soon, and I will share it in this channel. Okay. Taking a closer look at the wheel and tires. So you got the brake rotor and the brake caliper behind the 5-spoke wheels, and the 5-spoke wheels have the Land Rover logo here in the middle. In the front fender, you have the turn signal repeater, which is a separate lens, right? And then you have the side fence here. Okay, and true to the classic Defender, all the hinges are exposed here, right? You have this exposed hinges here, and they actually left all these rivets here on the body panel, right? So neatly done. And this is you got the fuel filler door here on the back. Okay, let's take a look underneath the car. Pretty nice detail if you look at this. Look at that. The suspension is not working. It has a spring, but it's just for decoration. So no working suspension. As I mentioned earlier, this is a full engine detail, and you can kind of see you can see the light here. Some of the light here. This is like looking through all the way to the top of the car. So this again is a full engine. You have the engine, you have the transmission, transfer case here, right? And from the transfer case, you can see you have the 2-axle shaft that comes out to the front differential and to the rear differential right here. Okay, really nice suspension setup as well. Solid axle right in the Defenders, and here's the steering mechanism. You can see, okay, no rack and pinion, right? And you can see the frame here of the car, and you can see the rear suspensions as well, right? So. And you can see the brake lines as well right here in my pointer. If you follow this, and you can see this, the 2 brake lines that goes to the rear. So really nice detail on the chassis by Century Dragon here. So very neatly done. And also another signature look of the classic Defender are these mud flaps. So you see they have the front and rear mud flaps here with the Land Rover logo. Okay. Let me see. Let me try to fix the hood here. 1 second. The problem with the hood is when you turn the car upside down, this prop actually falls to the front and preventing the hood from closing. Okay, so there it is. All right, so let me open the door here. Okay, let me take the camera down. Let's take a look at the interior. So here's the interior, and this is the kind of like the latest version of the classic Defender with the style interior. So it's much more evolved versus the early Defender, which is just a flat interior, right? You got the AC fence there in the middle. You got the all the buttons for the HVAC and for the sound system. Okay, you have the clock here in the middle. You see where my pointer is, right? And in a manual transmission, and you have the transfer case lever there for the high and low. Okay, cup holders in the middle. armrest, and here's the gray seats there. Okay, it's not carpeted, but it has that floor mats, right? And then here's the door panel of the Defender 110 Classic Defender. And if you look at the headliner, they're all finished. Okay, the back door doesn't open, but here I'll show you the view from the window. So here's the back seat there. Okay, and there's no third row, right? And then let me flip to the driver's side so you can see the interior from the driver's side here. Okay, so as you can see, the instrument cluster there, you know, it's somewhat printed. I don't think it's that detailed, you know, but at least, you know, it gives a pretty nice detail. And the steering wheel, the 2-spoke steering wheel, has the Land Rover logo in the middle there. Again, 3 pedals, a manual transmission car. So yeah. While I'm down here, let me show you the back. So this is when you open the back door. No third row seat or no jump seats here, but everything is finished neatly. If you look at the interior, see, you have if you can see where my pointer is, you have that grab handle there. You know, and everything is trimmed neatly, right? They don't leave the exposed body panel. Everything has kind of like the interior covering in it. So overall, I think it's quite refined. You know, so yeah, so I quite like it. Okay, let me put the camera back in the stand here real quick. 1 second. Okay, and looking at the back here, right, you get the lights, the tail light, turn signal, and then the fog light here on the right, and then the reverse light here on the left. Okay, and then you have the Land Rover logo here on the right with the Defender lettering on the bottom here. The back window has the rear defroster heating element, so that's a pretty nice detail. And you have the high mount stop lamp here. Okay, this is the driver's side view of the Defender, left-hand drive car. And also, if you prefer this to be a right-hand drive, if you prefer to collect right-hand drive car, Sensory Dragon also makes the right-hand drive version. So you have a choice, which is pretty neat. Okay, so if you have questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to post them in the comment section. Much appreciated. If you can like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I hope you enjoyed the review of this classic Defender 110. I will see you in my next video, and thanks for watching.